Hey guys, I just wanted to touch base a little bit for our first year and first grade students on what is going to happen as you prepare for your first Holy Communion or receiving your first Eucharist next year. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is that faith formation is not the same as sacrament prep. You need 2 years of faith formation to be eligible for your first communion. So if you are in first grade, you're going to receive your first communion in second grade. If you are in second, third, fourth, fifth grade, and you haven't received your first communion yet, and this is your first year in faith formation, you're going to be receiving next spring. So everyone who is receiving sacraments has to go through what we call our sacrament prep program. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm sending you out your work. It would have gone out actually the week that we got sent home. So we missed out on that opportunity to go home with everyone. So what you're going to see when you log into your Google Classroom instead is I put everyone in by topics. So you would look for the group that says first grade, first year, sacrament prep. So you'll have your regular homework and things that I've listed under faith formation for all students, and then you have your own tab for first year kids, and you're going to have 3 sets of homework and a checklist. Now your homework is going to look something like this. It's a little workbook type format. It's got some worksheet pages, so as you read it, you'll notice all of these places where it might say matching or write in your answer, those are going to be a text box, and you'll be able to fill your homework in right there online. Email it back to me or hit turn in, and it'll give it right to me, and I can make comments on it and everything in real time to help keep us on track. So you can do everything right from within the virtual classroom. The next thing you're going to see is a checklist, a First Communion checklist, to make sure that we're all on track for First Communion. So some things that you need to make sure that you have, and you will fill this out as you go, is completing 2 years of faith formation. So you would fill in, yes, I'm in Saturday as a first grader, or whatever. You haven't done the second year yet, so you'd fill in the first year. I've completed a Mass Passport or journal. Completed at least 4 faith life activities. Now, a faith life activity is anything that our children are doing to be a more active part of our parish, to do stewardship, to show God that they're ready to take on more responsibility when they receive the body of Christ. One of the biggest objectives for our sacrament prep program is that we want our children to understand that they're not just passively being given the body of Christ, but that we are all part of the body of Christ, and we all work together to be the hands and feet of Christ. So anything that our kids are able to do that gives them a chance to do stewardship and participate in the parish counts for faith life. So if they have done Bible studies, if they've done vacation Bible school, rosary camp, mother and son night, daddy-daughter night, any of those extra activities that help us be a bigger part of our parish community, you would put in that section. Parents, we ask that parents do 4 faith life activities, and that is more volunteering, helping with faith formation. If you have ever been a catechist or you help teach one of our classes, you're in. You fulfill all the requirements. Other parents that are not able to be in the classroom, we ask that maybe you could help grade papers. Maybe you could help check prayer honor roll. Maybe you could, sometimes we ask for cupcakes and things for our birthday party for Jesus, or prizes, or classroom supplies. So anything like that, any kind of stewardship that you have done for faith formation would go on those lines. And then there is a section for adoration. We usually do adoration during class, so you don't have to worry about that part. I'll fill that part in. As long as they were there at class the night that we did it. We try to go during Lent and Advent. And then on the back side, there is a section for having attended Sacrament prep class. This is all second year. You won't have to worry about that second year part. For your second year of faith formation, there are classes that your child will attend. They are not the same as faith formation. So remember that part. Faith formation is what they do on Wednesday or Saturday or Sunday if they're flips. But then there is a separate sacrament prep class, and it meets once a month. It is 1 hour, and it is usually right around the same time as their faith formation. So if you are a Saturday kid and you're going to faith formation or catechismos for 9 to 12, then we have sacramentos from 12 to 1, or the sacrament class from, I'm sorry, not from 12 to 1, from 1 to 2. I give you guys a break in between to go to lunch. So faith formation 9 to 12, sacraments 1 to 2. If you're a Wednesday student and you go to class from 5:30 to 6:30, then we do sacrament class from about 6:45 until we're done that night. If you are a Sunday student, we meet after 11 o'clock Mass on Sunday, on the same Sunday as your flips class. So you would meet from 12 to 1, and then we'd have flips at 2:30. So you have some time to take a break or go get something to eat or whatever you need to do. So all of those classes are in the hospitality room. And what we do is we talk about the sacraments. We talk about how to receive the sacrament, what the sacrament is, how we do it there at church, and we just go through and make sure the kids are ready to receive. We also use a separate sacrament class curriculum for our kids. So they have their faith formation curriculum that they're doing in class. And then at home, they're going to do sacrament prep. And we use the Blessed series from Dynamic Catholic. And you can look that up right now if you want to. It's at dynamiccatholic.com/blessed. dynamiccatholic.com/blessed. And they'll work through the workbook and then do, there's a little video segment that they do for each one. And it has a focus, act, and pray section that they do with their family each month to help prepare them for the sacrament. And it is a really nice book. It's got really nice pictures. It reads very easily for the kids. A lot of us are at schools where you have to do those steps every night, the reading steps. I would just use your books as your steps and then go through it that way. You can add it to your regular homework or however it works to keep the schedule under control. So that is just a quick overview of what we are doing in sacrament prep. When your children come back in August for the start of the faith formation year, we'll actually sit down and have a meeting, and we'll walk through the dress code for First Communion. We'll walk through what the class schedules are and all that good stuff. I think over the next week we're working on getting the schedules together for the next school year to get all that put up. So we'll go through all of that when school starts and what your actual schedule of classes is. But for this summer, from now until August, they have those 3 homework packets that are in our virtual classroom and the checklist that you guys are going to do, and then turn back into me. And you can do all of that online in our virtual classroom. All right. For the purposes of First Communion, if your family is doing that Holy Week retreat and you're completing that as a family and you need another Faith Life event and you're really taking the time to focus on that as a family, that would count as a Faith Life event. That would be a good example. Breakfast with Santa, we pay to go to that breakfast, but that money goes back to charity. So that would be stewardship. The trunk or treat we do at church, that goes back into the community. So anything that they're doing with the parish that gives them a chance to see stewardship in action. So I know a lot of people probably have questions about those. Feel free to email me with any questions you have and just let me know what's going on. Let me know how we're doing with the homework. All right. And I will check back in with you guys a little further into the summer. But if you have any questions, feel free to email or comment in this video or comment in the classroom stream, and we'll see it either way. All right, you guys have a great night. We'll see you soon. Bye.